Look at me when I'm talking to you. Hi, hello, and welcome to another daily reading vlog, day 3 of the Backlist Readathon. And today, my friends, is a no bones kind of day for me, at least half the day, because to be honest with you, if I didn't do anything all day today, it would take me a week to catch up. Because look, before my kids were born, my house stayed pretty clean, and then while they were like babies, pretty clean. But now I'm sure while I'm filming this clip, they're in there, you know, tearing my living room apart. It is okay. For the first half of this day, I'm not doing anything. I did paint my nails a little bit this morning, laid in bed and played my game so my nails could dry while I listened to my audiobook, put on something, and here we are. That's essentially all that I've done today. I did not go to sleep until 1:30 this morning and then woke up at 7, which really in real life would be 6 o'clock, but then the time changed. So really, I barely got any sleep and I feel it. I feel it hardcore. My eyeballs feel heavy and it's 11:12. So we have a full day ahead of us, babe. A full day. Kaiser, does anybody want a pug? He will be 2 on May 18th. And at this point, I'm finna, you know, but it's okay. No, I'm not. I'm not really gonna do that because I love him, but he's just, you know, he's like, he's reminds me of my husband a lot. Anyway, so I did listen to some more of my book. I made it to 50% and the two characters have finally met, and that was a little interesting scene. And it's funny because when they met, he was like in his monologue, like in his head, I guess in his POV, he was like, damn, you know, my ex, because he also has broken up with his ex, lied to me. She made her sound ugly. And so this whole time he was thinking, oh, this girl's really funny and fun, but he didn't think she was attractive in that sense. He had never seen her. And then she thought he was ugly as well. So like they both thought each other was unattractive because she saw photos of him on his Facebook page. And then she sees him in person and she's like, oh, but he actually looks really good. Like those photos do him no justice. And so, and did I mention she's 6 foot? But love that for her. So I'm hoping he's tall too, because like what, how, nah, I don't want to say how tragic it would be if he was like 5'7" and she's 6 foot tall. Look, listen, my husband is 1 inch taller than me. I don't know how it feels to have like a tall someone to look up to. Whatever. Anyway, but this is such a random conversation. But the cover, her shoulder is a little shorter than his shoulder. So maybe he is taller than her. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If he's a short king, then he could be a short king. But also I did want to mention, so remember yesterday, which by the way, if you really want to know like the synopsis and everything, like my first initial thoughts on this book for the first half, you can check out yesterday's vlog. But yesterday I mentioned how the synopsis said that her ex was like super obsessed with her, but I was like, I wasn't getting that. But now I'm definitely getting that. Her ex is obsessed with her in like a very creepy way, and she is still trying to get over him in the sense that she's actually going to therapy for it, which love that for her. Why are my kids loud? Why are they so loud? Please hold. Okay. My husband is outside doing lawn work and my kids are looking at him through the window and hollering. So that's what you were hearing, if you could hear it. I definitely could hear it. It's really cute, but like, you're kind of loud, babe. You're kind of loud. So anyway, yeah. I don't even remember what I was saying about the book. But yeah, right now I would say it's about a 4-star. If things pick up, if I catch that, but you know, maybe it's just me. I don't know, but sometimes when I read romance books, I'll get like butterflies in my tummy. You know, it kind of feels like I'm also falling in love. Not like for real. I hope I'm not sounding kooky. But if a romance book can give me like that butterfly in the tummy feeling, you know, I automatically give it a 5-star. I don't care. So I'm hoping this is what happens with this book because it has the potential to do that. Okay? Okay, and there's no spice in here. I don't think this is that type of romance book. Yeah, so anyway, in other news, I do have a little over 4 hours left in the audiobook. I do listen to audiobooks at like 1.4, 1.5 speed. I like when somebody's reading a story to me and I can still hear their voice. The chipmunk reading experience is not for me. Otherwise, I probably would have already been done with the book. It's not a race. It is not a race, even though I do have like thousands of books that I would love to read. Anyway, you don't really care about that, but what I do have is a package that came in from Amazon. Listen, Linda. Listen, I'm telling you what, last year I barely bought any books. I mean, I did buy some, but I wasn't like really excited about reading last year. But then the end of last year, I just was re-sparked. My love for reading was re-sparked. And since then, I've just been trying to, 1, complete like collections, like finish buying series, or 2, buying books that I've read and really loved and just want to have a physical copy of, because I am a very big fan of rereading. And then 3, just so many things sound so good to me now that I have like opened up my reading bubble and decided to read outside of my main genre. I've discovered that there are so many books out there that actually sound really fucking good. And so that's what I've been doing lately. So I might have the next couple of weeks have a good handful of books coming in. That's fine. It'll slow down eventually. So this book is a book that I have been seeing everywhere, and it is called Faybound. It is stunning. I love the feel of this cover. It's like that glossy, but not cringe. I don't know how to, not like creepy, crepey. I don't know. It's like that smooth gloss. Anyway, 2 elven sisters become imprisoned in an intoxicating world of the Fae, where danger and love lie in wait. Faybound is the first book in an enchanting new trilogy from the Sunday Times best-selling author of The Final Strife. I have not read that. I told y'all did I tell y'all? I don't know. I told people that I was entering in. Yes, I did in my last book haul that I was entering in my fantasy era again. I used to be a really big fantasy girly, and then I discovered the thriller genre and just kind of plunged into that and stayed in that genre for so long that now I'm kind of burnt out on thrillers a little bit. So yeah, I'm excited to read that. Anyway, that is it for right now. Yay! I don't even know. Girl, bye. Okay, but look how cute. So I just decided to do a continuous granny square blanket for the little baby blanket that I have to do. Went ahead and started that while I was listening to my audiobook. I'm about to go make lunch. I low-key want Subway, but also it's probably cheaper just to make a sandwich with the bread and lunch meat stuff that we have at home. So that might be what I want to do. I don't know. I'll talk to Paul and see what he thinks. But a sandwich with like chips on it, yes please. I think we have hot Cheetos. Superior. I made a little bit more way into my book, and first things first, I know a lot of people don't like when the female character is like a damsel in distress and they get rescued by a male character because they want the female to be empowering, but oh girl almost drowns, which by the way, they finally meet up again in person and they're going off to do this thing that he's been working on in this entire book, and they go to the beach, and her luck, she trips in the water and goes under and sprains her ankle and almost drowns, and guess who rescues her? Just take a guess. Slay. Man, I'm tired. More tired than I feel like I have a hangover, even though I never have had a hangover, so I don't know what they really feel like, but I feel like if I were to have a hangover, this is what that would feel like. So a much needed Alani meal. We just have the peach one today, but desperately needing it, that's for sure. I don't know, I'm just trying to wake myself up. Oh man, so I will say, they're finally hooking up. They almost did the deed, taking each other's clothes off, and then somebody decided to knock on the apartment door. So that's lovely. So I just finished my first official Backlist Readathon book, and that was The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary, and I really love it. I am kind of battling between giving it a 4.5 and a 5. I'm leaning more towards a 4.5 though, because it didn't give me like the actual butterflies in my tummy like some romances do, but I still really loved it. It felt realistic. Because you know how a lot of the times romance books can just be a little extra, you know? A little like, this will never happen in real life. Besides the fact of like these people not meeting for literal months, but still living together, the whole relationship part, like them falling for each other, them, like that felt really realistic. And I really enjoyed like the friendships in this book. The fact that the author also showed that people who are getting out of a like narcissistic, gaslit type of relationship, how that itself can cause someone to go through PTSD, and how therapy may be, you know, something that is truly needed, and how entering in a new relationship, you're gonna have to rely on your partner to help get you through. That part felt really realistic to me because I've been there and done that type of situation. Because I do get people sometimes ask like, what's the spice level on certain romance? Anyway, I'm just gonna tell you, when I read romance books, I'm gonna give a spice level, and like a 1 pepper is maybe like 1 sex scene spice, and then a 5 pepper is, this book was just sex scenes with no plot. You know, they're doing questionable things. The sexual scenes in this book were minimum, like they happened, but it wasn't explicit, it wasn't detailed, it was realistic things. If I were to give it a pepper, it'd be like half a pepper. Anyway, so that's my little review. You guys, I am so tired. Like I am about to take a nap and it's almost 4 o'clock. Wait, what time is it? It literally, I don't know if you can see it. We have an alarm clock that projects onto our ceiling. Can you see it? I don't know. It's literally 4 o'clock on the dot. I'm gonna try to take like an hour-ish nap before I continue on with reading. I was gonna say Greenhouse. That's not the name of the book. What is Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey? This is how I'm getting deliriously tired. So I'm gonna take a little nap-a-rooney. I have my little buddy there with me. He's gonna nap too. He's connected to my hip. Whatever room I'm in, that's where he's at. I'm still tired, but I have kids, so I'm like, Paul's doing his best, but they need their mom. I can hear them every once in a while to wake up to them. Where's mommy? I said I'm hungry. So alas. Plus it's 5:30. If I slept any longer, I wouldn't sleep tonight. So frying up some chicken and shells and cheese for dinner. Super delicious. Also, I'm going to show you how I drink my Diet Coke. Like, I have a couple of different ways, and here's one. Crispy Diet Coke and True Lime. Pour it in there and give it a minute. It'll start fizzing up, you can see. And that's just kind of like stirring itself up. And then you have your Diet Coke with lime, because they don't make it no more. So you got to make it at home. But yeah, look how delicious. Oh, so yummy. So I finished my second book. I finished Greenlights by Matthew McConaughey. I listened to this one on audiobook. That is definitely the way to go. However, I do wish I had the physical copy, because there were so many quotes in this book that were just chef's kiss, creme de la creme. I wanted to highlight them, pull them up later on, because I have such a horrible memory. I cannot just like remember quotes like off the, I can't. I can barely remember my birthday. Like, let's be real. Do you ever wonder when these people write books that essentially tell the story of their lives, how they remember so many details? Because even if I'm trying to like recall the day that I gave birth to my child, I cannot remember the names of the nurses, I can remember the name of my doctor, but I cannot remember what I was wearing. I mean, I can remember maybe like who came to visit. Maybe if I was being held at gunpoint, maybe I could. Maybe that's why they're actors, because they have like a good memory and can memorize things, and Beth cannot. But anyway, I'm going to give this book 5 stars. I really like Matthew McConaughey. My favorite movie of all time is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. So like, let's be real. Anyway, I am rambling. Let me show you the progress that I made on my little blankie. I did listen to the audiobook while I made dinner and washed dishes and stuff like that, but I did have a little bit of time to get some more of my blanket worked on. And the one that I started today, my little baby blanket. I asked my husband, I was like, you think this is going to be like a full-size baby blanket before we go to the wedding at the beginning of April? Because that's when I'm going to see my aunt to give it to her. He was like, no. So challenge accepted, bitch. I told him, I said, if I do finish this by April and can give it to her, I think the wedding's like April 6th, you owe me $100. So we'll see. I think a baby blanket is supposed to be like 140 inches. I think that's what I'm gonna go for. I don't have a my measuring tape on me, do I? Oh, never mind. It says a baby blanket is like 45 inches by 60 inches. Where did I get 140 from? That seems small. Let me find my tape measure. Hang on. Okay, yeah, I don't know where I got 140 inches from, because the yard is 60 inches and it's almost the length of my fingers. Wow. Okay, I have a long way to go, because currently this is only 9.5 inches. We have a ways to go, but I'm gonna be working full force all month. Anyway, okay, that is it, you guys. That is a wrap up for today. I will see you tomorrow, and have a great day. Okay, bye.